Hold on to your butts. These are the Squashbuckler Diaries. Welcome back. My name is Guy Hasson, and you are listening to the Squashbuckler Diaries podcast, the daily epic fantasy podcast about Shelley's life in a dream. This is an experiment that no one else has ever done. We follow her from birth to death. Slowly, we follow her life, day-to-day incidents, and the big adventures that happen in her life, because she's a heroine and she does have big adventures. They happen in the books in between the seasons. So season 1 is years 2 to 6. We will cover years 0 to 2 at some point, but right now we won't, because the Red Dragon is telling the story and she has only met Joy from age 2. So season 1 is ages 2 to 6. Then we get Lost in Dreams, book 1, which is the big adventure that happens at age 6 when she finds out she's in a dream and finds the way out of Justin's dream. Then we have season 2 of the Squashbuckler Diaries, which is years 6 to 9, what happens afterwards and what is her life like. And then we get the second really big book of adventure, Lost in Dreams 2. So in Lost in Dreams 2, we get a big adventure at age 9. Then we get another season, 9 to 12, and so on and so on. We're covering her entire life from birth to death, wherever death is. If she lives up to 25, that's what it is. If she lives up to 80 or 100, that's what we'll do. It'll be a huge, huge saga. And at any time, you can go back to the beginning of her life and check out what made her what she is and who she is and how she advanced and how she was, the little ripples. The little ripples. In season 1, it's the season of the ripples. It's when one thing causes ripples through her life in the future. This is why almost everything here is an Easter egg, because everything will come back to haunt us. Almost everything. So, those are not all of the Easter eggs. Some Easter eggs are just mysteries, hidden mysteries of the dream. And sometimes, who she is, what's the dream, what are the rules of the dream, what's happening, why is she with not her biological father, who is Justin, why is Justin there, other stuff like that. The Red Dragon, her life. Oh, so much unknowns, and that's just the stuff I can tell you about. So, this little arc is definitely about ripples, and it is told going backwards in time rather than forward in time. It's always the thing that created the thing we just saw. So this episode happens before the last episode, which happened before the episode before that, where we see what got us to where we were. So hopefully you've listened to the last 2 episodes, and now we see how we got there. Episode 198, Blue or Red. Joy's age 5, told by the Red Dragon. This is unusual for me. I'm not usually this forgetful. I've already told you about how Dragonfather became worried. The Dragon Lady, when she was 5, began to find it hard to make decisions. And I've told you how that led to some dangerous conclusions from her. But I neglected to tell you how hard it was for her to decide. For that, I will have to take you to events that occurred a few days before Dragonfather sat Dragon Lily down and tried teaching her about making a decision. They had taken Bonny's Revenge, the pirate ship that could fly the skies and space itself, to the planet of nanotechnology. They had heard that the evil nanotech king was living in the highest tower on the planet. Now that they had searched the planet, they found that there were 2 highest towers, one next to the other, each identical, except that one was blue and one was red. Okay, Dragonfather said, his hand on the wheel as the ship hovered in the air. We're going to have to search them one at a time. Joe, you decide. Which one do you want to check first? The blue or the red? The red. Then immediately, the blue. Wait! Dragon Lil made a face. Dragonfather also made a face. Joy, what's the problem? You always make quick decisions. I don't know which one. You decide. Dragonfather's tone changed and became calmer. I don't think I will. I left it up to you. You decide. Dragonly looked from one to the other. I know, I'll count to 10, whatever comes out, that's what we'll do. What? 1, she pointed at the blue. 2, she pointed at the red. 3, and so on. Why can't you choose yourself? 4, 5, 6. Joy, why can't you choose for yourself? 7, 8, 9, 10. And with the last one, she pointed at the red. Damn! Damn means you don't like the red, so let's go for the blue. No, I said it's what I get, so this is what I got. Blue. Huh, Dragonfather said to himself. Now I realize, with what happened later, that he was deciding to turn this into a teaching moment later on. Okay, let's go with the blue. And now you know what caused the 2 latest stories I've told you, how a few days later Dragonfather tried to teach Dragonlil how to make decisions, and how that led to something worse. Told by the Red Dragon. Hashtags Joy, Justin, Nanotech. Leader, making decisions. So this is obviously not the last we'll hear of this, because we've always seen what brings the ripples. The question is, what caused this ripple? So we're going to explore that more next time. We see where that ripple led slightly, but we also saw that it could cause future ripples by having Joy team up with villains. So this little thing could have Joy teaming up with villains. Anyway, where did this come from? We'll explore more of that next time. But for now, I just want to say something about the mind of a writer, right? This episode is called Blue or Red, and she has to choose between blue and red. And you would think that when I wrote that, I thought about, the U.S. elections. And, do you choose blue or red, or do you have to choose this or that? But I actually, first of all, I'm not American. I don't live in the States. And you might have noticed I have a slight accent, so that's not where I'm from. And slight accent. So anyway, obviously it's also about that, but that's what my subconscious did. I was not aware of that until I wrote the title, Blue or Red, and then I thought, hey, hold on. The thing about writing is, I found, when you write well, not specifically me, but everyone else, you put in more stuff than you know. When you write well, or when you create anything well, you are smarter than what you are, and you know more than what you are, and you put in more stuff together than you would if people were just talking to you, and you were just talking to people. More stuff comes together than your conscious mind is aware of. And for me, it's a sign that something is going well. Because if I notice that there's more stuff in it that I meant to put in, that's a good sign. So sometimes, when you write, you say, well, should I stop editing? Should I make another attempt to do it, to make it better? And as far as I'm concerned, from age 17, when I started writing daily and decided to be an author, and that's when I decided to write daily, and then I got the bug, and then I couldn't stop writing. I had the bug earlier, but I didn't write every day. So the thing is, if you make a plan, I make a plan ahead of time, just like I made the plan of Joy's life. And if at every stage when you write it, it is better than what you expected it to be, that's good enough. I'm not going to rewrite it. I had a great plan, and this is better than that. Good. Next. And that makes making decisions, which is, by the way, what we're talking about here, much easier. I could spend a year improving it. Definitely on the Squashbuckler Diaries, since I write them daily, I could take more time doing each one of them, but I do that for the book. And the Squashbuckler Diaries are not actually stories. They're pieces of life. So I can just do something that's a piece of life that's either tells me something about Joy, tells me something about the dream, feels like emotionally truthful, is truthful. And that's it. That's a Squashbuckler Diary. That's her life. And I can move on. And so I don't spend 3 weeks writing each one. They would look completely different if I did. And then you get pieces of life. And then you get her life. And you get an emotional thing rather than a story after a story after a story after a story. And in the book, I do spend more time on each thing, and it is a different style. It's a different expectation. It's a different story. It is a big story. It's a big epic story. But again, I had a plan. If it's at any point, it is better than when I planned. That's good. I trust my plans, and I trusted my plans before I could write, and now I've written many books before, and in stories and novellas and movie and plays, and I trust myself that my plans are good, and I trust myself that when I see something that's better, then that's really good. And that is how you write while making quick decisions. And sometimes the back of your mind says, stop, I can't write this, don't know, can't write it. And then you figure out a week later that the thing that bugs you, something wasn't right. But your subconscious knew it, and your conscious mind didn't. And you have to figure out why your subconscious stopped writing, because, hey, that's not good enough. So you have something that measures your ability to do something well, but also your ability to, your failure to do something well. And, I've learned to trust that. Anyway, what caused Joy's inability to make decisions? You've never seen that before in her. We'll find out more tomorrow. And now, the credits. The Squashbuckler Diaries are written and read by me, Guy Hasson. All the tags mentioned in this story are searchable at the website. You can find all the stories there in written form and, in fact, 150 Squashbuckler Diaries more. The Squashbuckler Diaries is the diary of Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in dreams. She'll be called the Forgotten Girl by her father. She'll be a true heroine. She'll change the world. This project shows her entire life from birth to death. Check out the website at guyhasson.com. That's GUYHASSON.com. I've been an author and a playwright for more than 30 years, and this is the first time I've used the guyhasson.com website, because The Girl in the Dream is my life project. If you have questions, if you want to comment, please do. You can comment at the website or email me at guyhasson@gmail.com. That's GUYHASSON, GUYHASSON @gmail.com. The theme music is called Brass Gentleman and is created by Thomas Howardek. My name is Guy Hasson, and this is my life project. Come back tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow for more.